So, are you a coffee drinker? You must be wondering, like, Lori, I clicked on a storytelling video. What are you talking about? Bear with me over here, okay? We're gonna understand what the 3 most important benefits of storytelling are in life, but also for you as a business owner. So, are you a coffee drinker? If yes, great. If no, then can you think about someone who is so ignited by coffee in the morning that when it's not there, there's some panic? All right, can you think of someone right now? Then nod your head, come on. I don't see you, but you're still playing full out. All right, so let's just imagine that for that person, maybe it's you, for the coffee drinker, you wake up, you open the cupboard and there's no coffee. It was empty. You wanted to remember to buy it in the store, but then you didn't. You went to the store, you bought your bananas, you bought your, I don't know what you eat, but you forgot the coffee. Now, let's together brainstorm on a way to prevent that, okay? Because this is a disaster. We don't want coffee drinkers not to have coffee. This is the worst thing can happen. All right, so let's think of ways that we can remember to buy the coffee. What can you come up with? Think for yourself. You can pause the video right here. What are ways for you to not forget to buy coffee in the store? And again, you can pause it, because now I will reveal some stuff that I was thinking of, but I first want you to think of yourself, okay? So, welcome back after pausing the video. Things that I've heard in trainings I did was, we can write it on a phone. You can put it on a post-it and stick it to the door, that when you open the door, you see it. You can... What else can you do? What did you come up with? Did you come up with to do it on your forehead? Did you think of asking a friend to call you when you're in the supermarket? Did you think of bringing the package of the coffee, the empty package, to the supermarket so you would not forget? This is what happens in the brain when we're talking about stories. When we just have one way to remind ourselves, there's a big likelihood we forget to buy it, such as I'll remember, right? But if we have multiple different angles in which we remind ourselves, does the chance of us getting the coffee to our house increase or decrease? It increases, right? So what happens with storytelling and the way our brain works is when we can feel the story, when we see what you see, when we hear what you hear, when we smell what you smell, when we're there in the now, experiencing the story with you, that story is not just saved in one spot of our brain, but it's stored in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. Now, can you imagine, just like the coffee, that when it's stored in 7 different parts of your brain, that the likelihood of your audience remembering what you said increases or decreases? It increases too, right? So the beauty of storytelling is that when we just tell facts, it's stored in one place of our brain. When we tell stories, it's stored in 7 places of the brain. And just let me nerd out a little bit, okay, for you to understand why that is. Because when you tell a story, the brain doesn't know what's real or not. So when you tell the story like you are experiencing it now, and the person in the audience can experiencing it now with you in their imagination, their brain actually stores it like a real memory. Oh my God, like you're really recreating the neurological pathways of your audience. And I will stop there with the nerding out on brain science, but it's pretty damn interesting. So the first advantage of storytelling is actually the memory of your audience. And now I know maybe you are one of those who says, I'm really afraid that I will forget what I'm saying, and it makes me so nervous, so I don't go out there. What if I would say that it will actually help you remember your stories too? We will dive into more of that in this module, in this pillar, but what if it's actually easy? What if it's actually fun and therefore it's impactful? So that's number one of the advantages. But there are, say it out loud with me, three advantages of storytelling. Okay, so the first one is memory. The second one, and that one is really, really important for us to understand when we actually want to sell something, right? Like in the end, what's your aim? Your aim is probably more impact and more income, and you redefine it in a more specific way previously. But overarching, we want to get our ideas across. We want to influence people. And who do people take advice from? Who do you take advice from? Who do you say, yes, I would love to learn more. Yes, I would love to be more like you. It's people you can relate with. People you know, you like, and you trust. So now the question remains, how can you build trust in an accelerated way? In a way where you don't have to spend so much time to build that connection. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? It's stories. Stories, especially personal stories, reveal a part of your character, right? So when I say, for example, when I was little and or maybe you see me now presenting like amazing, but when I was little, I was actually nervous. I was really, you could even put a label on me that I would be introverted. I was afraid to talk to people. And there was one day specifically that I remember to this day, and that is that I ordered a Coke Zero in a restaurant where I was eating with my family. And there was this, this thing on top that you have to, I don't know what it's called, but you open it like, right? And I couldn't do that. And I asked my dad, can you open this bottle for me because I want to drink it? And my dad said, no, I don't have that thing. You should ask the waiter. And in that moment, I remembered a thought. I rather not drink for an entire day than ask this question to a stranger. And if I would continue, it's like, who else have thoughts inside your mind that stop you from moving forward, that stop you from speaking up, that stop you from shining your authentic light because your perceived danger holds you back from taking action and therefore impacting other people or getting done what you want to get done. In my case, drinking Coke Zero. I love it. I loved it. I don't drink that so much now, but anyways. Storytelling. People buy products, they buy ideas from people they can know, like, and trust. And through storytelling, you reveal something about yourself. Just this story alone, this part, this little scene of my life. What did you learn about me? You'll learn that I was introverted, or, if we would put that label on, that I was shy. Maybe you have an idea like, oh, that's me now. So if Lori was that now, I trust her more. Or, wow, that's amazing vulnerability. Thank you for sharing that. It makes me trust you more. There's so many different stories, and you heard already a lot, and you will hear more stories. And now you can look through the lens of, what do I learn on a personal level from that person? If I would tell stories about me traveling, it would resonate with you in a certain way. One time I had this connection with a woman, and she was like, I love the Netherlands. And that made me, for her, stand out for all the other public speakers. Now, my question to you is, would I per se be the best public speaker out there? The best public speaking coach? There's so many, I don't even know all of them. How could I say that about myself? But am I maybe the only one that person knows going from the Netherlands, and that really resonates with her, and that's why she wants to work with me? Yes! So if I don't tell that I'm from the Netherlands, she might have not taken the chance on herself to share her story. So what we're going to do, and we're going to do that more in this next videos, is we're going to see what are different elements of you that you can tell stories about. So you're not only helping people to get to their aim, we're going to check out how you're picking the right stories, but let's help people to get to their aim. And while you're telling stories, you reveal something about your character so people know, like, and trust you faster. So you can actually help them, because what you have to offer probably changes their lives. So let's get after it, right? That's why we use storytelling. So storytelling doesn't only help ourselves, but also our audience to remember better what we've said. So it really retains, and then they can take action upon it. It doesn't only reveal something about your character, so it becomes more personal. You're talking more to a person than a presenter. It's more a conversation than a presentation. But, and this is going to be pretty wild. Is it okay, by the way, if I do this telling a story? So you're going to see this framework immediately applied, because I'm going to explain what number 3 is by telling a story. And it is not my own story, this is someone else's story. So this is also possible. So there was a journalist one day there was a journalist. And his name is Rob Walker. And Rob Walker, he wanted to do an experiment. What if I would buy a product for $1 or less on an auction, like this storage units, whatever, $1 or less, and then I would see if I can sell that product again and then sell it for more. So there's a profit, so I'm earning money. It's amazing. He did this for charity, by the way. In that gap of buying the product and then selling the product, he added something. We're in the storytelling phase, so what do you think he added there? It was a story. In this case, he asked a really amazing copywriter to write a story. Then he would add that story to the product on the page. He would tell the customer that it was a made-up story, okay? So we're gonna see some examples. They're absolutely hilarious, so get prepared to laugh a bit. It was fake stories. The customer knew it was fake stories. And now the question is, did the price actually increase? Now, I set this up in a way that you probably can guess what the answer is, but I'll show you some examples, okay? So the first one is a funny one, okay? Is this product. This product. Can you see it? Oh, there's a little, oh, you see the fanciness of this camera. Oh, there you go. So this is a product. It is a beautiful, whatever it is, a stone with 2 dogs that says, "I'm glad I spotted you," okay? So what the person did is, you don't read it, but it's just for the idea. This was a whole story, okay? So a lot of letters and a picture was added to this. So now, he bought this beautiful 2 dog thingies for, and I'll look at my notes, $1, okay? So $1 for this thing. He added a story, and the story was a little bit around, like, there was a woman and she was dating 2 guys, and then she would really like them, but she picked one and then she married the one, and she got the dog beautiful thingy from the other person. And then 40 years later, being married to this one guy, she opened up the drawer, she saw the dogs, and she thought, if I would have picked this man, how would my life be different right now? So that was the story. So what do you guess? He bought it for $1. What was the value that he sold it for? Guess. What do you think? Shout it out. Come on now. We're crazy interactive over here. So the price that was sold for was $17.15. 50 cents. Are we saying right now that a product, a through line, right? You have a through line, you have a story, you have a product, you have something to bring people along the journey to get them to their aim. Just like these 2 dogs. And then when we add, in this case, a fake story that doesn't exist, it's made up while the customer knows it's made up, sold for 17.5 more than its value? What? Just the story alone increased the value with 17.5 times? This is crazy. Could it go any crazier? Let's see. Another product. Let's go for this one. Okay. This is a towel. Okay, I'll show it to you. A towel with a 4 on it. Okay, a towel with a 4 on it. And this fake story looked a little bit like this. This was everything, you know, it was just this. Couple of sentences. And the story goes a little bit around, there's a woman sitting in a bar, she orders a drink, and it's at Valentine's Day. So the waiter says, is it for you? Right? It's a 4. Do you see it? It's so brilliantly made up. It's fake story attached to a towel from a bathroom that was probably for free, and they put a 4 on it. They added this story where the waiter was kind of like seducing the woman. Brilliant, amazing story. Bought for $1. What do you think it was sold for? Again, with this fake story. What do you think? I just looked at my notes. I remember it now. What do you think? Shout it out loud. $88! What? Again! A product, fake story, sold 88 times more just through a fake story. Imagine now, there's going to be a real story, a personal one that reveals your character. Amazing. Okay, last one, okay? Bear with me over here. This is my absolute favorite. If you've ever been in one of my trainings before, I use this example all the time because it makes me laugh, so I hope it will do that for you as well. So, this one. Oh my God, what is this? This, my friend, this is a fake banana. It's a fake banana. It's plastic. Why would you want this? Anyways, so what happened here is there was a strip cartoon like this created. And it says nothing, okay? It says, the story is called Fake Banana. There's a lot of things going on where the banana seemed to have gone to some sort of planet, and now it maybe has superpowers, or it's dangerous, or whatever. It's really hard to understand, actually. This one is bought for 25 cents. Now, what is it sold for? Shout it out. Come on now. This is sold for $76. And I prepared this. I really calculated. This is a 304 times more than the original price. Now, my friend, we're going to talk about storytelling. And I want you to feel right now that it's actually a really important part. Because this part doesn't only help us remember our speech, so we don't need to freak out. It helps the audience actually retain, actually memorize, actually store the information that you're saying, so it doesn't come out of one ear and goes out through the other. They actually remember it. They feel it. It's in their body. It reveals something about who you are. So you're not just a robot opening their mouth. No, your presentations are yours. Don't be more like me. Don't use my stories. You have yours. You are you. That's the most beautiful part. You'll reveal who you are just by sending a message. And again, it's so beautiful because it's one to many. So you're touching a lot of lives at the same time by being you. And then the third one is actually increases the value. And this could be that it's going to be easier for people to say yes to because they actually see the value, they feel the value, or that you can actually up-level your price. Oh my God, just this one video. Was this worth this whole entire course? Come on now. Maybe you can just up-level your price with what you bought for this, and then with one customer, it's done. I love that. I want to see you win. All right, we're going to the next one. See you there. I hope you feel amazed how important storytelling is. So let's dive into it, okay?